Yeah. Physically, so Daniel, I'm being told to turn. You can face me physical, like his whole physical body. Sawa. Yote kabisa.
Like that?
Yeah, hivyo. Because so this way, ndio. I'll also be okay, sawa. Cool. Nisiende sana. Okay, hivi kwa sasa sikupe profile. Okay. Sawa, all right. So that's okay. Okay. Let's do this. Na hii octopus umenipigia ni kama negative. Natoa picha ya Kodak. Mara achukua zeni. Alright, hope you've had yourself a beautiful Friday. Hello and welcome to Breaking Today. My name is Nick Mudimba. Our sign language interpreter is Teresia Washira. Let's now look at the headlines we have for you tonight. Kibra residents celebrate Imran Okoth's win in the wards of the constituency. We take an in-depth analysis on what ODM's win means in the 2022 showdown. Baboons wreak havoc in Taita Taveta County as residents protest the invasion. In sports, Kogalo ready for Ingwe in the Mashemeji Derby. After the results for Kibra by-elections were announced earlier today, Kibra residents could not actually hide their joy. The residents marched the street of every ward celebrating Okoth's win as a new MP-elect. Take a look.
Bernard Otieno Imran Okoth of the Orange Democratic Movement is the new elected Member of Parliament for Kibra constituency. This is after he was declared winner this morning after he garnered 24,636 votes out of 118,000 total votes. Earlier, Kibra residents marched in their home streets celebrating Okoth's win, saying they expected nothing less and with confidence that Okoth will change Kibra as he continues his late brother's legacy.
Hai sana kuona mbunge wetu amepatikana. Mbunge Okoth hata vile walikuwa naye kwa ofisi, yeye anajua kila kitu chenye kiko. Hata alikuwa anatusaidia vile Okoth alikuwa ng'amba akiwa mgonjwa. Anajua ABCD, ataanzisha mradi kwenye ilikuwa imebakia aendeleshe.
According to Kibra residents, Imran is the best replacement for their late leader and big brothers Ken Okoth.
Parliament next week kuenda kumkaribisha huko sisi kama wanachungwa. na mimi napendelea bwana mheshimiwa Okot ahudumie watu wa Kibra vizuri, watu wapate pasali vizuri. Hiyo maji wanalalamika, awawekee maji.
Unlike in the previous elections, Kibra has been peaceful during and after the election as the process went smooth even for Independent Electoral and Boundary Commission IEBC.
Imran amewin, tuko na peace, tunaweza work venye tunadai. Lakini sasa hii Jubilee ingekuwa imewin, sasa hii kuna wase wengi sana wangekuwa wameathirika. Unaona? So mimi I'm happy about that. Na mimi nasema tu manze, all we need is change.
A total of 24 candidates contested for the Kibra parliamentary seat, which fell vacant following the demise of Ken Okoth, who succumbed to cancer in July this year. The constituency has a total of 118,658 voters in its 5 wards of Sarangombe, Woodley, Makina, Laini, Saba, and Lindi. Kate Silale, Switch TV.
Bernard Imran Okoth is a new MP-elect for Kibra constituency. Okoth was declared win on Friday morning after garnering 24,636 votes to beat Jubilee's MacDonald Mariga and Amani National Congress aspirant Eludowalo. But Kibra by-election, according to political pundits, wasn't your usual mini-poll. Political analysts argue that Kibra by-election was the beginning of the new realignment ahead of the 2022 election.
Kibra constituency has a new member of parliament after the death of Ken Okoth 3 months ago. Imran Okoth garnered 24,636 votes to beat MacDonald Mariga of Jubilee, who got 11,230 votes, and ANC Eliud Owalo coming third with 5,275 votes. Jubilee's MacDonald Mariga could not wait until the final results were announced. Mariga conceded defeat after realizing Imran was leading with unassailable difference. Kibra's hotly contested by-election was also characterized with dramas after several incidences of lawlessness witnessed during voting process. Former Kakamega Senator Boni Khalwale was at the center of controversy as he engaged in a fight with a group of youths. But political pundits argue that Kibra by-election was more than meets the eye. According to political analysts, the Kibra mini-poll was a rehearsal for 2022 general election. Deputy President William Ruto, although congratulated Imran for the victory, says despite the defeat, they have served notice to the now famous Odinga's bedroom slogan. Ruto in his tweet went further to say the Jubilee Party had managed to double their support in Kibra in the just concluded by-election to 26% compared to 12% which they registered during the 2017 general election. The mini-poll was also turned into a supremacy fight for control of city votes between Raila Odinga and William Ruto. It was also an opportunity for Kieleweke team, a faction in the Jubilee Party backing the political pact between President Uhuru Kenyatta and the former Prime Minister, to square it out with Tangatanga Brigade allied to Deputy President Dr. William Ruto. NASA partners Musalia Mudavadi's Amani National Congress and Moses Wetangula's Ford Kenya also entered into the ring to test the waters as the coalition that gave Jubilee Party a run for its money in the 2017 polls appeared to crumble. Political observers interpret Imran's win as a show that ODM leader Raila Odinga still holds influence in Nairobi despite William Ruto's effort to penetrate his strongholds. The mini-poll also signaled a new realignment to the much-awaited BBI report. Imran Okoth's victory is also a sigh of relief for ODM leader Raila Odinga after losing the Ugenya, Wajir West, and Embakasi South by-elections. Kevin Sewe, Switch TV.
Well, the Kibra by-election has been the topic, the theme of the week. And of course, right here on Switch TV, we ask you, do you think the Kibra by-election will shape the 2022 politics in the country? You can SMS us on 22999. And of course, as usual, I'll be sampling your views. Now, do you think the Kibra by-election result will shape the 2022 politics in the country? SMS for free, 22999, and I'll be sampling some of the views as we proceed. Right now, straight, I'm joined by political analyst Daniel Orogo in studio. And the question is, after the Kibra by-election, there might be a tug-of-war between two factions. Of course, that's Raila Odinga's faction and the Tanga faction led by DP William Ruto. But still, the question is, was this a win for Raila that will shape the 2022 election? And Daniel is with me in studio. Good afternoon. Good evening. Sorry. I was about to go the afternoon way. Good to see you, my brother.
Good to see you.
Long time. Good to see you.
Happy to be back here.
Yes, karibu sana.
Asante.
So, straight into action. 2022 elections. And of course, there's so many things happening in between. Imran has taken the seat. Yes, Mariga came in full force. DP Ruto was pushing his agenda. But again, I think, according to him, he lost majestically. What do you think about the overall setup in this situation?
Well, Nick, let me first of all begin to congratulate the 24 candidates who, placed their best effort towards, assuring that they can participate and they can run for an election at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
I think it was assured that, Kibra is slowly becoming a democratic space.
Okay.
All candidates from different political parties can find to participate as opposed to before. You realize that in 2017, Jubilee did not really campaign in Kibra because of the factors that we know by that time. That it was locked for a certain political parties.
Okay.
But right now, I think the access
things
to
have changed.
Things have changed. Kibra voters are becoming aware that the platform really needs to provide a space for the political pundits and political parties and candidates to, sell their manifesto to people. In the same note, I'm also congratulating the people of Kibra for relatively exercising their democratic right.
Absolutely.
And, on a relatively peaceful by-elections. Though there are pockets of reported cases of voter bribery and different electoral malpractices that I hope are with the hands of relevant authorities as they investigate deeply to what happened. Now, to your question.
Yes.
Well, I think there is a different political, there is a tectonic political shift that we saw in the pre-election and probably going to the post-election.
Okay.
In the campaigns and in the launch of different political parties, let us know that the faction of NASA separated, that the NASA did not hold, that we thought before.
Okay.
ODM as a bigger brother, of course, stamping their political authority within Kibra and reclaiming that this is a space, or rather, this is our bedroom, the bedroom politics that we have already seen. The Amani National Congress, defied the odds and say that, as opposed to, us filling a candidate, there is a potential of us filling the candidate in Eli Dowalo.
Absolutely.
Remember that also Ford Kenya believed in Engineer Butichi to carry forward, their party. This is also has brought to fore that the center can never hold. The center is no longer holding in the Great Jubilee Party.
Okay.
Where we are having different factions that is trying to prove wrong. That you see, Jubilee now is Kieleweke. That really wants to prove that, we are in the spirit of brotherhood, in the spirit of handshake. We must support the handshake. And the Tanga team that has said, remember, Jubilee was not to field the candidate.
Okay.
The candidate, in the spirit of handshake, they were to support Imran. So the Tanga faction actually had to pile pressure for the Jubilee secretary to declare that they are going to be vetting of all the candidates within Jubilee.
Just before we take a break, there's something about the president himself. Of course, the deep is part of the presidency, but still, when you look at the body language and, of course, his presence even in Kibra, no one saw him in Kibra supporting Mariga, and some people were worried this is not a blessing from the head of state also. He was forced into taking photos with Mariga at some point during some visit at State House. Do you think this was forcefully kind of pushed through his throat?
Well, I think you and I were probably not in the State House at that time.
Yeah, sure.
But we've had different statements that are made, including the Chief Administrative Officer, Secretary in the the State Department, Ministry of Youth, Rachel Shebesh, would actually say that, you see, this man, Mariga, was brought through the back door. And I was there. I'm quoting her when she said I was there. Of course, the body language right now between the president and his second principal, it is not really what we saw. remember the bravado, you know, the same suit, the same tie.
Absolutely.
You know, when you're going to name the cabinet secretaries. But after the second term, things have drastically changed.
Absolutely.
Now, you know, we know very well that the president is the head of state and is the head of the government.
Yes.
If he declare a full support of any candidate, he would go, you know, guns blazing to support the candidate towards his finality.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
I think the handshake has really upset the whole Jubilee infrastructure in a manner that the president right now cannot openly, you know, say that, you know, this is our candidate and we are voting for him,
That's
as
very
opposed
true.
to deputy
Very
president who's really say this is a candidate for Jubilee. And the president was not there. Leave alone the president, the whole Jubilee machinery, beginning from the party secretary general, all these, you know, the strength, the machinery within the Jubilee party.
Okay.
We've not seen that in Kibra. We've only seen, you know, the Kileweke function that is trying to, you know, stamp the authority by saying, you know, the president is fully behind the candidate.
Okay.
Remember even the last weekend.
So much content on it, but let's just take a breather right now.
Yes.
But of course, we'll come back. But again, when you take a short break, when you come back, that is, we'll talk about the BBA. As much as we're talking about the 2020 politics, there's an aspect of the Building Bridges Initiative report coming out soon that also might be a spoiler to shape up things in the 2022 election. So how will these things turn up? Will it be a debate whereby we'll be having a parliamentary system where now the parliamentarians will be electing the president? Let's see. So we'll be coming to you after a short break. Stay tuned to Breaking Today. Welcome back to Breaking Today, and quickly I'll remind you about the question of the day we had for you. Do you think the Kibra by-election results will shape the 2022 politics in the country? As usual, SMS us on number 299 and I'll be sampling your views. I can see some of you have already texted quickly, and Rogers from Kiambu says the truth is that Ruto knew it was a lost battle. He was just testing waters, and of course ahead of the 2022 elections that of course we'll have to prepare for the BBI politics. Now, back to you, Bwana Daniel. This is something very interesting because even from the feedback, it's kind of mixed. But there's the aspect of confidence. You know, when you have the confidence to go to a turf like a bedroom, where Baba was saying. And also, in the back of your mind, you know, BBI is coming soon. And there's that prediction of what its content is. So what do you think about the BBI prediction and also the fact that now parliamentary system might just be the key to make sure someone is in the State House?
Well, I think this is my thought about what happened. Is simply, others have said the DP was trying to test waters. I think DP wanted to win.
Okay.
Let's really be very sure about this, that the Jubilee Kileweke faction did everything.
Okay.
Nick, you've seen from some social media outlets on a number of money that probably was used from, that is, we cannot substantiate, but I saw tweet people saying about there's around 1.2 billion that was used, by the faction for Jubilee.
Okay.
And that equates to each of the voter, especially doing a mathematics for those who voted for Jubilee, is that each voter would have gone with 100 and something thousand,
okay.
Because that amounts to 1.2 billion divided by the number of people who voted for Jubilee, if that was to go to the pockets of the voters. So I think in any investment like that is an investment not really to test waters.
Okay.
It's an investment towards putting your candidate so strongly to win. But like I told you, every politician knows that we either go in and lose.
Absolutely.
Then if you lose, then what do you take away with it? It's a learning lessons, and really, you've seen that we've invaded the bedroom, and right now we've gone with so much vote. But here's the thing, is the choice of the candidate. Okay. And I keep on telling this to political parties. Do not invest in elections where you're very sure that you're going to win based on the candidate. Okay. I am very sure that, the presentation of Donald Mariga as a candidate, there are other number of candidates who probably did not have what we call name recognition, but there were candidates who could give other political parties a run for their money. And probably the candidate will receive a lot of backlash. Okay. And that, I think, it's within the political parties and their Jubilee. But all the same,
the BBI
it's to congratulate the Jubilee for the work that is well done.
For trying to kind of grab some percentages of. But now the BBI debate, at the end of the day, when you talk about the political rhetorics in the country of late was about space for kind of a development, not space for people to get hold on power. But look at the situation already. Kibra is already depicting some tension here. But the BBI has its own content. Referendum is coming soon. Some guys said whether we like it or not, but still, what do you think about the BBI and DP Ruto?
Well, again, on this platform, I have my own, observation and my own standing point about the Building Bridges initiative. Well, we as a country, we needed these as early as we could. Okay. Any point that would restore calm, and that our businesses would still come back to life again, and avoid a lot of after-election antagonism. Okay. Let me tell you, if Kibra, for example, would have an insinuation that Donald Mariga had won that, that seat, we could be talking a totally different story as we are seated here.
It's true that.
We could not be sitting here congratulating, Imran or but then you could have understand. But let me say that it was a document that saved the country from a lot of, turmoil and stagnation that we were going by that time. But again, as an observer, one of the things that I want to say again is that Kibra provided a launching pad for election for 2022. Anne Mumbi Waiguru was equivocally saying that I am here in respect for the handshake. Okay. Minor Commander in respect for the handshake. Yeah. 3 governors, in fact 4. Faction, yeah. 4 governors would actually come not only to support a candidate, but to reaffirm that we are here because of the Building Bridges initiative. And that would definitely shape the agenda of 2022.
Absolutely.
Raila Amolo Odinga is a man of many political life. And, you know, we remember the chorus that in 2017, there's only one bullet. Nobody knew the reincarnation of Raila Odinga into this. And we are looking at it where Raila Odinga has upsetted the whole political system and has become relevant in 2022. And right now, we are thinking, oh, now, there is a need for, you know, an executive prime minister and a ceremonial president.
And that's what people don't want.
That is what...
And that's what is bringing the issues.
Listen. BBI was put into scale with Punguza Mzigo. Do you remember?
I remember.
We saw the unceremonial death of Punguza Mzigo and talking about the BBI.
But the question is, Brother Daniel, is it a matter of peace in this country? Because the bigger picture and the foundation of the BBI was to kind of uphold peace in the country. Well, every election, people fight.
Well, listen, dealing with election antagonism, one of the 9-point agenda within the Building Bridges initiative. We are talking about shared prosperity. We are talking about security. You know, we are talking about a sense of patriotism. Well, the two leaders, actually the two gentlemen reached out to each other and shook hands. And I think within the spirit of Building Bridges initiative, one of the observations that we are seeing is that, you know, the gazettement of the task force and the hearing. Right now, the report is just about to be launched. And we are waiting with bated breath. You know, each and everybody assuming that this is an agenda that is coming.
As you're winding this up,
Did we start late? Sorry. I know we are going out. It requires more. But as we are winding, there's importance for us to respect that they need for, you know, reconciliation, the need for moving forward. But I'm telling you, in this platform, and I will come back here to say, you know, it will be a double-edged sword. Remember, even in Kibra, Right Honorable Raila Odinga was accompanied by the daughter, you know,
and the wife.
And let me tell you, it requires that when we are going for a parliamentary system, if you want to become an executive prime minister, you must be a member of parliament. Where would you become the member of parliament?
All right.
If not in Kibra.
That's your opinion. That's your opinion.
Listen,
from where?
This is the parliamentary system, and it requires that when you go to the House, you are elected as an executive prime minister. If Uhuru Kenyatta would want to be the prime minister, he has to go back to Gatuni and become a member of parliament.
If William Ruto wants to be, the same thing.
Yes, he would go back to Eldoret.
To
become. So let us, Kenyans, you have to converse about the new political outfit
but the thing is, we haven't seen the report yet, so let's not kind of give it you know, it's all about kind of, I have to be objective here.
Yes.
But the thing is, do you feel like this parliamentary system will sort out these issues?
Well, I think it will, because it will avoid the issue about the winner takes it all. Remember that the reason as to why I also think that the state reached out to Raila is simply because you could not wish away a person who has a followership of 4 million and above. So I think it will avoid a lot of, you know, the winner takes it all and other people, you know, troublemakers. We really need to accommodate each and everybody.
Thank you so much, Brother Daniel Rogo, for coming today. And
it's
of course,
pleasure.
We'll call you soon again just to make sure we continue this discussion. The BBI report is coming soon. I think we can actually just tell guys maybe next week. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's next week, in the next 2 weeks. And I would wish to come back and talk about this again.
I'll invite you. Shukran. Thank you so much for coming.
Asante.
All right. So keep on sending your SMSs. I can see guys sending the SMSs about the whole issue. But again, I'll be sampling that as you're winding this up. But moving on now, residents of Wusi Kishamba Ward in Mwatete Sub-County, in Taita Taveta County, are now protesting against the large number of baboons and monkeys who are invading their farms, uprooting seedlings and destroying their crops. Women in Mwatate also expressed insecurity of their children who are at times hijacked by baboons when left alone by their mothers and shared during planting or farming preparations. Now, however, the area member of County Assembly, Juma Mwamba, says his efforts to reach out to Kenya Wildlife Service for help borne of fruits for months now, leaving farmers counting huge losses.
Nyani na tumbili wanatutatiza wakati hasa tukishaanza tukipanda. Hapo ndio unaanza ulinzi, kwa sababu hufukua na kula zile mbegu, na ikiwa umelinda ikafikia hapo, basi hata yakifika kimu kidogo huwa wanayakata wayafanye kama miwa. Ukiwa wameruka hapo, ukiwa ukilinda, yakiwa makubwa wanakwanyua wale watoto. ikiwa umelinda umefikia hapo, yakikomaa wanavunja na kuuma na kuacha na kushika lingine.
Kama hao wamama wakiweka watoto wao kama kwa kivuli, wanaendelea kulima kupalalia ama kulima, basi akikaa akizubaa tu anakuta mtoto ameenda na tumbiri. Kwa maana sasa tumbiri zimekuwa ni kero.
Hili swala la wanyamapori limekuwa ni kero, hasa hapa kwangu katika Busi Kishamba. Watu wanazidi kuumia na njaa, wanalima shamba moja, mwaka nenda mwaka rudi, lakini chakula mingi inaenda na hawa tumbili na nyani. Hasa inasemekana kwamba idadi ya tumbili na nyani imezidi idadi ya wananchi wa Taita Taveta, sababu kwa sensa leo inaonyeshana kwamba Taita Taveta idadi imepungua, lakini kulingana na wanyamapori hawa tumbili na nyani wamekuwa wengi sana.
Right. Yes. Now the feedback you had for us here is very interesting. Mixed reaction, of course, and we ask you, what do you think about the Kibra by-election? Do you think it's kind of a direct mirror that will come down in 2022? Samuel from Beta says Mariga was a bad gamble. It could not fit the shoes of the late Ken Okoth. And from Kamai says, so I think that the Kibra election do not affect the coming elections in 2022. And somebody else says, yes, Ruto seems to lose. Najma Mohammed from Gashia says, I know the Jubilee knew that Imran was the one to be given the seat, but of course the treatment of Mariga was experiencing from Kibra resident wasn't good. Not exactly, someone just said that. And of course, Smith from Sirende says, switch, news Meshika. Thank you so much, Smith. And of course, Irene Kendi, watching from Mombasa, says, hello, Nick. Watching Breaking Today from Mombasa, I think Kibra election had hidden agenda, which can be either way advantageous to Raila in 2022 or Jubilee to dominate actually ODM's bedroom. Yes, finally, nothing like that. Ruto still maintains to be strong after the polls. Thank you so much for your feedback. And of course, for sports lovers, Harambee Starlets actually drew 2-2 with Shopolopolo of Zambia at the Kasarani Stadium, so we'll be keeping you updated tomorrow on Sports Finale. My name is Nick Mudimba. Thanks to Bwana analyst Daniel Rogo, who made sure at least to have the content concerning Kibra. Our sign language interpreter has been Teresia Washira. I'll see you tomorrow, same place, same time. Have yourself a beautiful weekend.